Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 581, The Final Message, Beginner. Anya sat in her chair. The room was dark and small. Outside, space was black. She was alone on a spaceship. Her job was to listen. She listened for signals from other planets. For 3 years, there was nothing. Only silence. Anya felt tired. She wanted to go home. Then, a light flashed on her screen. A signal. It was very weak, almost a whisper. Anya put on her headphones. She listened carefully. The signal was a human voice. A woman's voice. It was a message, but it was not from a planet. The message came from her ship. The source was the cargo bay. Anya felt fear. The cargo bay was always locked. It was sealed from the start of the trip. No one could get inside. She typed on her keyboard. She checked the ship's log. The cargo bay door was still locked. The systems were fine. The voice spoke again. Help me. Don't let it out. It is here. Anya's heart beat fast. She looked at her screen. The signal source was moving. It was not in the cargo bay anymore. It was moving along the corridor. The line on the screen moved closer to her room. It knows I am here, Anya said to herself. She looked at her door. The lock light was green. The door was strong. She was safe. But the voice on the radio said, "It is in the vents." Anya looked up. There was a small air vent on the wall. She heard a sound inside. A scratching sound. Like a claw on metal. The sound got louder. It was coming from the vent. The cover of the vent shook. Anya stood up. She took a heavy metal tool from the wall. She hit the vent cover. The sound stopped for a moment. Then it started again, faster. Suddenly, the vent cover fell to the floor. The hole was small and dark. A long, thin leg came out. Then another. Then a small, black creature crawled from the hole. It had many legs and sharp teeth. Anya screamed. She fell backward into her chair. The creature was small, but it was fast. It jumped on her. She felt its weight. She reached for her wrist. There was a small red button there. It was for an emergency. With her last bit of strength, she pushed the button. The ship's main computer spoke. Warning. Self-destruct sequence started. Anya's last message was sent. It was a simple code to her home planet. Warning. It is not contained. Then the spaceship exploded. Vocabulary. Notes. Signal. What it means: a sound, light, or electronic message that you can hear or see. It's a way to send information. Example: then, a light flashed on her screen. A signal. Similar words: message, sign, broadcast. Corridor. What it means: a long passage in a building or ship that has rooms on either side. It's a hallway. Example: it was moving along the corridor. Similar words: hallway, passage, walkway. Sealed. What it means: to be closed tightly so that nothing can get in or out. Example: it was sealed from the start of the trip. Similar words: shut, closed, locked. Creature. What it means: a living thing, like an animal or a monster. Example: a small, black creature crawled from the hole. Similar words: animal, being, monster. Self-destruct. What it means: a command for a machine or a ship to destroy itself. This is often an emergency action. Example: warning. Self-destruct sequence started. Similar words: explode, destroy itself, blow up. Contained. What it means: to be held inside something and kept under control. It means it cannot escape. Example: warning. It is not contained. Similar words: held, controlled, trapped. Story written by Gemini Pro AI. Image created by Imadio AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. CC Music, drifting at 432 Hz, Unicorn Heads.
Imagine this. You're completely alone, way out in the silence of deep space. Your whole job, day in, day out, is just listening. Listening for any tiny sign of life.
Right, just total silence.
And then, the absolute most terrifying signal you could ever imagine receiving. What comes from inside your own ship?
Yeah, chills just thinking about that scenario.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into one source, a really chilling one. It's an excerpt from short story 581, The Final Message.
It's short, but packs a punch.
It really does.
And our mission for you today really is to unpack this story. We'll follow the tension, sure, how it builds up.
Of course.
But maybe more importantly, we want to look at the discovery itself, what it implies, and that final act, that desperate ultimate sacrifice.
It's a different kind of horror we're looking at.
Okay, yeah, let's break this down then. It starts with Anya, right, an astronaut.
That's right.
She's been on this ship alone for 3 years, just listening for signals from other planets. And for 3 years, nothing. Just silence. That setup itself, the sheer isolation, it really sets a mood, doesn't it? Kind of suffocating.
Totally. And then the turning point you mentioned, after all that quiet, a signal appears. Very faint.
But here's the shocker. It's not what it is. Initially, it's where it's coming from.
Exactly. Her own ship's cargo bay.
Her own cargo bay. And this is where it really starts to get under your skin, like you said. That bay was sealed right from the start of the mission.
Ship logs confirm it. No breach. Nothing.
So, how? It's an immediate paradox. It's not just scary, it's fundamentally wrong logically. What does that tell you? If the threat is already inside, maybe it was always inside.
That paradox just flips the whole script on space horror. You know, suddenly space isn't the big empty threat.
No, the ship is. It's a trap.
Yeah, exactly. And the suspense just ramps up because the signal, it resolves into a voice, a human woman's voice.
Pleading,
yeah. Help me. Don't let it out. It is here.
Yeah.
Chillin' stuff.
And then it gets worse.
Oh, yeah. The signal source isn't staying put. It starts moving. The story says along the corridor, getting closer to where Anya is.
So it's not just some static anomaly or a recording.
No. It's intelligent. It's mobile. It seems aware.
That shift is terrifying. From this sort of psychological dread, this impossible signal to... okay, now there's something tangible, something coming for her.
And the voice gives a specific warning.
It is in the vents.
Right. And Anya hears it. A scratching sound. Described like a claw on metal.
Getting louder.
Louder, yeah, from this small air vent right there in her room. So it's not distant anymore. It's right there.
It's breached her safe space. The very structure meant to protect her is now the conduit for the threat.
And then the vent cover just falls off. And this small black creature crawled from the hole.
The description is pretty minimal, but effective.
Super effective. Many legs and sharp teeth. That's basically it. And before she can really react.
It's fast.
Incredibly fast. It just jumped on her.
Yeah.
So sudden. So brutal. No time to think.
And in that absolute final moment, sheer desperation, she does something. Her last act.
Yeah, she hits that little red emergency button on her wrist.
And the ship's computer just announces it, totally flat, warning, self-destruct sequence started.
It wasn't an accident. It was her choice.
A conscious decision. A final, terrifying choice.
And her very last message sent back home. Just a code, simple, but God, it's heavy. Warning, it is not contained.
Not contained. And right after that message is sent,
boom, the ship explodes instantly.
That sacrifice, and especially those words, it is not contained. It just speaks volumes, doesn't it? This wasn't just about killing one creature on board.
Oh, it feels bigger.
Way bigger. It implies something so alien, so dangerous that maybe couldn't be contained by locking doors or, fighting it off. Annihilation was the only answer she saw.
Suggests a kind of horror that maybe breaks physical rules or even our understanding.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, that was, really impactful deep dive into the final message. Isolation, unknown threats, and just ultimate sacrifice.
It really stays with you, and it leaves us, and you listening, with this really provocative thought, I think.
What's that?
What does it actually mean for something to be not contained? Like, fundamentally, what sort of threat, or maybe even what kind of knowledge could be so dangerous that letting it out would justify, that total self-destruction as the only option? This story really makes you think about those hidden dangers, the ones that might demand the most absolute, final kind of response, something to really mull over.